This is All India Radio. I'm Anubha Rohatgi with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says connectivity will play a crucial role in India's development. Inaugurates Terminal 2 of Kempegowda International Airport in Bengaluru. Mr. Modi flags off Chennai-Mysuru Vande Bharat Express and Bharat Gaurav Kashi Darshan train. Says Vande Bharat train is a glimpse of India's new identity. All arrangements in place for voting for Himachal Pradesh Assembly tomorrow. Campaigning gains momentum in Gujarat. Jharkhand Assembly passes bill to raise reservation in state government services to 77%. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar leaves for Cambodia to attend 19th ASEAN-India Summit and 17th East Asia Summit. 5 women pugilists including Lavlina Borgohain to fight for gold in Asia Elite Boxing Championship in Jordan today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled the Statue of Prosperity, the 108 feet tall bronze statue of Nada Prabhu Kempegowda in Bengaluru this afternoon. Earlier in the day, Mr. Modi inaugurated Terminal 2 of the Kempegowda International Airport in the city. He also flagged off the Chennai-Mysuru Vande Bharat Express and the Bharat Gaurav Kashi Darshan train at KSR railway station. Later, addressing a public function, the Prime Minister said connectivity will play a crucial role in India's development. He said the rise in the number of airports also increases the potential of the youth of the country. Mr. Modi said it gives rise to employment opportunities. He said creating air connectivity and new airports is the need of the hour. The Prime Minister said the new terminal in Bengaluru will increase facilities for passengers. He said today's event is an example of the spirit of youth. He added, the Vande Bharat train flagged off today is a glimpse of new India's identity. Mr. Modi said India is modernizing and beautifying its railway stations. He said the aim is to make more modern railway stations, develop the infrastructure for better connectivity. Mr. Modi said speed is not a luxury, speed is development. The Prime Minister reached Bengaluru this morning on a 2-day visit to Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana to launch a series of development projects. Mr. Modi will attend the 36th convocation ceremony of the Gandhigram Rural Institute at Dindigul in Tamil Nadu later today. Tomorrow, Mr. Modi will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple projects at Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. He will visit the RFCL plant in Ramagundam in Telangana. The Prime Minister will also inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple projects in Ramagundam. All arrangements have been put in place for tomorrow's assembly elections in Himachal Pradesh. A total of 412 candidates, including 24 women, are in the fray for 68 seats in the state. Polling will start at 8 a.m. and end at 5 in the evening. Talking to AIR News, Chief Electoral Officer Manish Garg said that 157 all-women polling stations have been set up in the state, where polling officers, staff and security personnel will be women.
37 पोलिंग स्टेशन हैं जो कि पीडब्ल्यूडी कर्मी उसको मैन करेंगे और 136 जो हैं हमारे मॉडल पोलिंग स्टेशन बनाए गए हैं। सभी पोलिंग स्टेशन में जो शोर्ड मिनिमम फैसिलिटीज हैं जैसे टॉयलेट, ड्रिंकिंग वाटर, रैम्प की फैसिलिटीज, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, तो ये सब हम लोगों ने प्रोवाइड की हैं। स्पेशली जो वुमेन वोटर्स और पीडब्ल्यूडी या ओल्ड एज वोटर्स हैं उनके लिए सेपरेट क्यूज का प्रावधान भी किया जाएगा।
The BJP and the Congress are contesting all 68 seats, while the Aam Aadmi Party has fielded its candidates in 67 constituencies. Among other parties, CPIM is contesting 11 seats, BSP 53 seats, CPI on 1 and others on 45. The number of independent candidates are 99. Meanwhile, the Himachal Pradesh government has declared a public holiday tomorrow for the employees working in all government offices, boards, corporations, educational institutions and industrial establishments to let people exercise their right to franchise. It will also be a paid holiday for daily wage employees. In Gujarat, political activities intensified after the mainstream parties released the list of candidates. Campaigning is also gaining momentum for the first phase of assembly elections in the state. As part of BJP's Agresar Gujarat campaign, senior BJP leader and Union Minister Purushottam Rupala will hold discussions with women cattle rearers of North Gujarat in Banaskantha today and will seek their suggestions for party's manifesto. Senior Minister and Party Leader Giriraj Singh will also address non-Gujarati speakers in Surat today evening. Meanwhile, former ministers of BJP and senior leaders of various political parties, including ex-minister Vinu Mordia and AAP State President Gopal Italia, filed their nominations today. The last date of filing the nominations for first phase of assembly elections is the 14th of this month. The Election Commission has prohibited the conduct of any exit poll and publishing the result of the exit poll from the 12th of this month to the 5th of next month in connection with the Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat Assembly elections. The Commission has notified the period between 8 a.m. on 12th November and 5:30 p.m. on 5th December as the period during which conducting any exit poll and publishing the results shall be prohibited. Counting of votes for the Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat Assembly elections is scheduled to be taken up on the 8th of December. The Election Commission has made record seizures during the ongoing assembly elections in Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. More than 71 crore rupees have been seized in Gujarat, which has surpassed the seizures made during the last assembly elections. In Himachal Pradesh, over 50 crore rupees have been seized, which is more than 5 times higher as compared to last assembly polls. The Commission said the process of effective expenditure monitoring starts months before the announcement of elections. It has urged citizens to extensively use the C-Vigil app to curb menace of money power in elections. The BJP today attacked the Aam Aadmi Party over the alleged scam in the implementation of Delhi excise policy. The party accused AAP of being a corrupt party while referring to the reported claim by the Enforcement Directorate that bribes worth 100 crore rupees have been paid for undue benefits to select business groups. Briefing media, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra said 2 businessmen were arrested in the case and advance payment was taken from these 2 businessmen and their companies. Mr. Patra said the excise policy was made public on 5th July last year, but a copy of the policy was leaked on 31st May to the friends of Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. He alleged that when the whole excise policy issue came out as a scam and a CBI probe was initiated, 140 mobile phones were changed by 34 people, including Mr. Sisodia. He added that these phones were crushed to erase digital evidence. The Jharkhand Assembly has passed a reservation in vacancies of posts and services in Jharkhand Amendment Bill 2022. Now, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, extremely backward classes Schedule 1 and backward classes Schedule 2 under OBC category and economically weaker section citizens will be eligible for 77% reservation in state services. Presenting the bill in the special session of the Assembly, Chief Minister Hemant Soren said that there is a provision of 77% reservation in government appointments in the state through direct recruitment, while 23% posts will be filled by merit. According to the new reservation bill, 12% seats will be reserved for scheduled castes, 26% for scheduled tribes, 12% for economically weaker sections, and 27% for OBC category. In the OBC category, extremely backward classes will get 15% and backward classes will get 12% reservation. The Jharkhand Assembly also passed a bill related to State Domicile Policy 1932 today. The amendment in State Domicile Policy states that the Khatiyan Register 2 of land records of the year 1932 will be considered as the base year for claiming local residential domicile status for citizens of Jharkhand. While introducing the domicile bill, CM Hemant Soren said that local persons defined under this act would be entitled to all the schemes and policies of the state with respect to social security, social insurance and unemployment. The Centre has formulated an action plan to promote the export of millets around the globe. The government has planned to facilitate participation of exporters, farmers and traders in 16 international trade expos and buyer-seller meets for export and promotion of Indian millets. According to the action plan, Indian missions abroad would be roped in for branding and publicity of Indian millets. As part of the promotion of Indian millets, the Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority has planned to showcase millets and its value-added products at various global platforms. The UN has declared 2023 as the International Year of Millets. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and U.S. Treasury Secretary Dr. Janet Yellen met in New Delhi this morning. The meeting was held ahead of the 9th meeting of the India-U.S. Economic Financial Partnership, which is scheduled to be held in New Delhi today. During the meeting, both sides will discuss issues of mutual interest, including climate finance, multilateral issues, India-U.S. cooperation at G20 under India's presidency, taxation, supply chain resilience, global economy and macroeconomic outlook. On the sidelines of the 9th India-US meeting, both the leaders will also participate in a roundtable interaction on India-US business and economic opportunities with top business leaders and eminent economists. Earlier speaking at the Microsoft India Development Center, Dr. Yellen backed Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remarks on the Russia-Ukraine conflict, saying that the Prime Minister was right when he said that this is not an era of war. She said India is among the fastest growing major economies of the world and the US focus is on deepening shared economic interests, including fuel trade. He said America's relationship with India is strong and continues to deepen through trade, critical economic ties and shared values. She said a cornerstone of the US-India economic relationship is the investments being made by Indian-US companies in each other's countries. She said partnership in the technology sector is critical to the US economic relationship with India. Dr. Yellen added that both the countries are committed to growing their productive capacity together to increase economic and national security. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Indonesia from 14th to 16th of this month to attend the G20 summit in Bali. During the Bali summit, G20 leaders will deliberate extensively upon the key issues of global concern under the summit's theme of Recover Together, Recover Stronger. Briefing about the summit, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said 3 working sessions will be held on food and energy security, health and digital transformation as part of the summit agenda. During the closing session, Indonesian President Joko Widodo will symbolically hand over the G20 presidency to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. India will formally assume the presidency of the G20 from the 1st of December this year. On the sidelines of the summit, the Prime Minister will hold bilateral meetings with some of his counterparts. The Prime Minister will also address and interact with the Indian community in Bali. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has left for Cambodia this morning to attend the 19th ASEAN-India Summit and 17th East Asia Summit. This is his maiden international visit after assuming the office of Vice President. He is accompanied by the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. During his visit, the Vice President will attend the ASEAN-India Commemorative Summit in Phnom Penh tomorrow. This year marks the 30th anniversary of ASEAN-India relations and is being celebrated as the ASEAN-India Friendship Year. The Vice President will also have bilateral engagements with Cambodian leadership and leaders from other countries. He will also visit Siem Reap to review the preservation and restoration work being undertaken by India at Cambodian heritage sites. A series of events has been planned to celebrate throughout the year to the 30 years of partnership between India and ASEAN. As part of this program, Indian media delegation is on a visit to Singapore and Cambodia under the ASEAN-India Media Exchange program from 8th November to 13th November. The Sensex and the Nifty today surged more than 1.5% in afternoon trade. Both indices climbed amid positive cues from global share markets. The Sensex was trading above the 61,600 mark, while the Nifty was trading above the 18,300 level. The Sensex jumped 1,052 points or 1.74% to trade at 61,666. The Nifty rose 288 points or 1.6% to trade at 18,316. In the Asian Elite Boxing Championships, Shiva Thapa has stormed into the final of the 63.5 kg category in Amman, Jordan. He beat Bakhzor Usmanov of Tajikistan in the semi-final yesterday. Pugilist Lablina Borgohain, Parveen, Alafia Pathan, Sweetie and Minakshi will fight for gold in the final of the Women's Championship in Amman later today. And before we close the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says connectivity will play a crucial role in India's development, inaugurates Terminal 2 of Kempegowda International Airport in Bangalore. Mr. Modi flags off Chennai-Mysuru Vande Bharat Express and Bharat Gaurav Kashi Darshan train, says Vande Bharat train is a glimpse of new India's identity. All arrangements in place for voting for Himachal Pradesh Assembly tomorrow. Campaigning gains momentum in Gujarat. Jharkhand Assembly passes bill to raise reservation in state government services to 77%. 5 women pugilists, including Lavlina Borgohen, to fight for gold in Asian Elite Boxing Championships in Jordan. And that is the end of the Midday News.